Here and Jeff. We got the Trustin and Jeff show, episode number 17. We're only 3 away from being in the top 1% of podcasts. Apparently, if you get past like episode 4 or 8 or whatever it is, you're actually in the top like 90%. Or top 10%, I mean.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't need an echo. Don't need an echo. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that only so few go past 20.
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of people aren't really serious about it.
Yeah,
like a lot of people, like it's like a cool idea in their head, but they're not actually real about it.
Yeah,
it's not their intention to really go. Like they're just like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, well, it's people don't realize everything looks easier than until you do it.
Well, yeah, because it's still work just doing it.
Like
just
I've seen
getting it done.
Yeah, I've seen somebody talking about doing edited video every day, and just how hard it is just to do that.
Oh yeah, let me fix the blanket on my bed while you're talking.
Every day for a month, just to upload a somewhat okay video with some good context. Like people don't realize like the work that is alone. Just to upload every day, it's definitely trickier than people think, because I think people see, if you've never edited, if you see, you look at a YouTube video and you don't realize how much editing's went into it. It seems like, anybody could do it until you actually try to produce content and do it yourself, and then you realize like there's a lot of different challenges. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The learning curve, man, like I said, it's a huge learning curve too. Like, cause just a lot of people who use YouTube, it's crazy. Like, people don't even realize there's a whole comment section, and like, yeah, it's just crazy. Because the amount of users, I think, YouTube's got billions of people on it. It's like the second biggest search engine or something like that. Like, next to Google. Like, yeah.
And Google owns YouTube, so they're the top 2.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. But
when it's got one of the most refined algorithms out of it, all of them, because it just has the most traffic.
Well, it's crazy what they could do with data. Like we're talking about AI, but like, it's almost like we've been dealing with AI for a little while now. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah,
and algorithms.
All AI really is just a model that's been trained to do a certain task.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just some AI can be general AI and others is specific, and because you could say pretty much any program's AI in its own way.
Yeah, well, it has to be learning, right? Because some programs just do what they're programmed to do.
Yeah.
Like AI is actually able to learn, modify.
Well, AI doesn't necessarily mean to learn. Because there are AIs out there, like the AIs in video games, like NPCs, they move a certain way and they react in a set of different ways to each scenario, and like that's technically AI.
Yeah.
Even though it's not necessarily learning.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm thinking more like.
But now what people do
think
think about when it comes to AI is like ChatGPT, the things that can learn. They use the whole internet.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. It seemed like we've dealt with that for a while, just with the algorithm alone. Like, even Facebook, YouTube, like, I don't know if it's just with the data they're able to collect or whatever, but they really know you well. Like, it's crazy, like, Well,
you have to think, though, Google knows everything that you're searching. They know everything you're typing. They know, a lot of the time, they probably know what you're talking about at any given time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So they have an idea of exactly what you would want, and they have so much data from so many millions or billions of people that they can pretty much tell what you want.
Yeah.
So like they know that if somebody's searching, say for throwing knives or whatever, that they might be interested in hunting gear.
Yeah.
Or things like that. Or if someone's searching for work boots, well, then they are probably interested in Red Wings.
Yeah, tools or whatever.
Yeah.
No, I got you. It's just crazy when you really think about it. But, yeah, it's been different. What do you think? Eminem dropped a new song. That was interesting. Like,
yeah, that was pretty good.
Everybody on YouTube reacting to that, so that's cool. It's cool to see Eminem back doing his thing. Like, especially like kind of the old school style that he had on it. So, I'm definitely excited for the whole album. Want to see what that's like and about. But,
Yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna be a good one because I like the old school Eminem songs. Like his newer ones are all right. He's got a few good ones, but they cater to a different audience.
Well, it's just, oh man, yeah, it's amazing. Like I said, I was really psyched to hear the song he came out with, and yeah, man, it's just been crazy. You know, it's crazy. Like he's definitely held the the GOAT status in rap for a while now.
Yeah.
I heard somebody say the boat. He's the boat the other day. You ever? Best of all time. Have you ever heard that said?
Huh?
It's this guy who's like, yeah, he's the boat, talking about Tom Brady or somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the boat? What? And he's like, yeah, the best of all time. And I'm like,
I mean, I guess it works.
I guess it works. Like I've never heard that at all. Like, you know, like
yeah.
the fact that you thought I knew that, you should know that, like, is a little weird.
The boat.
Yeah, I was like, the boat. Like, this is funny. Like, everybody should know that. Like, he acted like, duh, like, the boat. Like,
Yeah.
You don't know what that is? Like, I'm
He
like,
probably hears goat and thinks boat.
yeah, like, he's, like, verbally autistic or something. Like, I don't know. Like, or not autistic, but dyslexic, verbally dyslexic. But, yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know. But, yeah. Yeah, it's been crazy. Hopefully we'll be having some guests on here soon. That is a good idea.
Yeah, we
to
got
bring some guests on.
one perhaps lined up one of these days. Old Nathan.
Bring old Sean on, maybe.
Yeah.
If he wants. He can tell a story about how he thinks insurance companies ruined his life.
Oh, if we could
Like,
get
he's
Sean.
the only one that don't understand you have to switch the policy to the car.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just get to pay for insurance, and then if you sell that car and buy a new car, like, never report that you bought a different car, and then it's still somehow covered. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, yeah, but
Man, if we could get him just talking about anything on here, it'd be
yeah,
hilarious.
he really, like, he was like, he called me up one time, like, he's like, dude, you got to let me do a video about this insurance deal. He's like, because if people knew, they would just be blown away. And I'm like, you're the only one that don't get what happened here. Like, dude, like,
They'll be laughing at him.
you know, like, yeah, I'm like, dude, really? Like, you gotta, like, you can't just, if you buy insurance, you can't just own any car and that insurance cover that car, like, unless you put it on there. You know what I mean? Like, it's yeah. I don't know. It's amazing how some people make it so far in life. Like, you know, like, it's like, how are you living? You know? Like,
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, but yeah, it's cool. It's good to see him trying though.
Yeah, we got him in the gym. Took him to the fight gym. That was fun.
Yeah. See how if he keeps going back to spar.
Yeah.
I know, it seemed like he was feeling the sparring session yesterday.
Yeah. Well, really, you know, I'm not taking him every day of the week just because, you know, he's a little bit to deal with.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I take him a few days a week, here and there.
No, that's good for him.
Well, yeah,
Build
he
some
kind of
discipline.
needs it.
I mean, it's a good point in his life to get exercise, being
Yeah.
something prominent, because, you know, like, it's, yeah, I mean, your health's the first wealth, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. I mean, what do you got if you ain't got that? But, I don't know, man. Hopefully he gets rid of the cigarettes. That'd be a good step.
Oh, yeah, cigarettes, one of the worst things you can
Bad and
be
alcohol,
doing.
man. Like,
Yeah,
just,
that and drinking every day.
Like,
'Cause,
alcohol
like,
just tears your body up.
It's one thing if, you know, you're drinking once every few days, once every week, you know. Like, it's one thing to drink like that. But if you're drinking every single day, it's just going to destroy your body.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you definitely.
Well, it lowers your immune system, lowers your testosterone, lowers your ability to recover.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then, like, it just, like, even for working out, they say, like, you know, one drink kind of, like, just how much it hinders your body's ability to build muscle and the whole process of healing. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, like, if you're working out, it just, you're doing extra. You know what I mean? You're making your body work double time if you're drinking. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if it's one thing, if like I said, if people could drink responsibly, that's great. But it just like you said, it is a huge cost to your health. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like it's crazy. They went all out on prohibition and they like let it come back, and then like, but they've always been against marijuana, which is weird. When like, you know, alcohol kills probably far more people.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean?
the most that a stoner's gonna kill is the buffet at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, like it's
Well, there was this one woman who tried to blame taking one hit off of a joint for
I
stabbing her
seen that.
boyfriend like 28 times.
Yeah, I seen that, and like she ended up killing her dog too, or something. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then she got off though. Now this was in California, but if it's the case I'm thinking of, she got off.
Which is crazy.
Which is insane, dude. Like, how do you get off?
Who just like takes one hit? They're like,
yeah,
yep,
and
I'm gonna kill him.
yeah.
Like, who the fuck?
Yeah, that case was crazy. The craziest part is they didn't lie. They, I can't believe they gave her a not guilty or manslaughter or any lesser charges on that. You know what I mean? Because to me,
You have some fucking good lawyers for that shit.
you have to.
Like, to get off on that.
Yeah.
She basically got to kill somebody and just like, yep. Just fucking walk free.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably went to jail a little bit, but
Yeah.
probably not near as long
Near
as.
as long as what she should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just this past year, man. Yeah, like she had stabbed dude in and stabbed the dog too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. It's normally not what happens. Like, but
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, alcohol definitely destroys a lot of lives. But
Oh, yeah. Like, you got to think about how many, kids have to deal with their parents just drinking all the time and, like, seeing them just not really do anything.
yeah.
Or be abusive, because alcohol can make you abusive, because not everyone's the same when they're drunk.
Yeah.
Some people are happy, some people get sad, some people get angry.
Yeah. Yeah, well, everybody's different type, different chemicals,
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
When there's like a select percentage of people who, when they drink, it affects their dopamine specifically, like completely, to where like they're able to just keep drinking all night long.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense.
Because
there's some people are a lot more prone to be
Yep.
alcoholics,
Yeah. And then there's also certain tribes out there that can't digest alcohol or anything like that.
Really?
Like anyone who's like complete Indian,
Can't drink.
they can't drink as much. Like it's kind of weird.
You
because
mean American Indian?
Because there's a lot that are drunks now, but I'm talking way back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean it in like a real bad way, but like if you go to an Indian reservation, it's casinos and people drinking in bars.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's just the way you said it. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a lot of Indian.
Yeah, hey, I'm actually like a quarter Indian.
But yeah,
or an eighth. Whatever my great grandmother, she was full blooded. So whatever that makes me.
Yeah.
But what I meant by it is just that.
So up until modern times, they didn't drink. Okay,
well, they had difficulty digesting it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
like they weren't able to break down the alcohol properly.
Yeah. Well, you never. Yeah, I mean, I know. Like the first time I ever drank, like it made my lips numb. Like, I don't know. Like, but yeah.
It's weird how your body adapts when you don't have.
I feel like if anything should be labeled a gateway, it should be alcohol.
Yeah.
Like,
you're really likely to try anything if you're drunk.
No, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like
you're drunk, someone could put some cocaine in front of
so
you.
funny,
You'll do it.
Like, I had a friend, like he was doing real good, like in recovery, and like we went out and like he was sober for like a couple months, and he was on probation. Anyways, soon as he got a couple drinks in him, dude, when we go out on New Year's Eve, this guy ends up stealing a car to go buy crack downtown. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's like, "Oh, you sure you don't want to come?" I'm like, "No, I'm good, dude." Like,
yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna leave now. Like,
yeah, I'm going back home.
I'm good on the Grand Theft, but
yeah.
I'm out. And
did he get caught that day?
Yeah, well, like a few days later, he ended up getting in trouble. But like, it was just so crazy to see how like a few beers went from like him going out to have a good time, drink a few beers, to like him having a few beers, then it was like he was off to get
Time to
crack.
go get crack.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like he was like,
Well, that's the thing.
it's
That's the thing
crazy.
about alcohol. Someone could like get you drunk, and they could coerce you into doing just about anything if you're drunk
Yeah.
enough. They could be like, "Oh, we're gonna go rob this place," or
Well,
"Oh,
it lowers people's inhibitions for sure.
yep," or like, "Oh, here's some cocaine."
Yeah.
Some shit like
Definitely
that.
don't make good decisions right. Yeah.
Not at all.
And,
Well, it'll make you want to fight people. You know,
yeah,
people
if
start
you're-
talking
yeah, if
shit and they're
you're, like,
ready
an
to
angry
go.
drunk, yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've not seen much about Sam lately, which is
Sam
crazy.
Sulek?
Yeah.
He posts every single day.
he's
I
consistent. I see him
checked
doing
his
the-
channel once,
I
and
see
he's
him
been
doing
doing
the
it every
spring
day.
cut. You know, I think he's like 23 or 33, like on his cut. But yeah, which yeah, I've never tried to do like the bulk cut thing, but I really need to start planning like 8 week, like a strategy for it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But
If I was gonna do like bulk cut, like I feel like I would just want to bulk on really healthy things.
I think that's the
Like,
way to do it, man.
Just
like
eating
bulking on
tons
dirty
of
foods is just.
protein,
I think
getting
it's-
more
You're
carbohydrates.
giving yourself, you're giving yourself more. I feel like you could definitely get a better bulk by eating clean.
Yeah, like if what you would want to eat would be hamburger and broccoli or steak and broccoli or chicken, vegetable, whatever, you just add some starch to it. It's like potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, just more
Yeah.
of that in your day.
Yeah. Well,
Because it seems like as long as you get the protein in that you need to grow your muscles, and then you can get the carbohydrates, which help you retain water, recover better,
yeah.
you know, get
Well,
more
see,
energy.
You know, I've seen like what Mike Minter said as far as diet, and like he was more of a high carb diet guy, which I don't like.
He did the gallon of milk a day, didn't he?
I don't know if he did. Now he didn't believe you had to have a gram per pound. He said to eat 100 grams of protein to 150 roughly was more than plenty.
Yeah.
And then he went with more of like a balanced approach with diet, like But yeah, like I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I think just eating basically healthy is the only way. I mean, that's the way to go, man. Like
Yeah.
we all know what's good to eat and what's not, and like yeah. Now I am surprised with the amount of protein I've had to eat lately. Like I will say, like I definitely I don't know. I feel like it's helping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
See, I like normally eat like 2 pounds of hamburger a day, but lately we've been eating a lot of different things. And so I got some cooked hamburger sitting in there, and then still some like raw I need to make.
yeah.
But usually I do about 2 pounds a day.
Yeah. I've just been adding like a pound to my day, and then whatever I eat through the rest of the day. 'Cause
Yeah.
that normally puts me at like 70 grams, 80 grams. Of protein.
Lately, 2 pounds in
And
one
then
sitting's been
if I eat a
rough.
couple eggs, I'm at 100. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then by the time I eat dinner, I'm close. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm getting close to like 200 by the time I eat dinner. So like throwing a protein bar or something, I'm there. You know?
Yeah. See, for me personally, like now that 2 pounds is starting to get difficult again, like I need to separate it out
I think
and
that'd be
just do
better
like a
for you.
pound in the morning, a pound at night.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I
End up
think
being
eventually like,
easier.
it helps nutrition.
Yeah.
But
Well, I'll tell you what, doing the 2 pounds at once was pretty nice because, like, all the way up until I ate, I was looking really good. And then it'd be right after I eat, my stomach would be kind of puffed out and stuff like that. And then once I was digested, then it would go back to being pretty cut.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy, like the body's an amazing thing, man.
Oh, yeah, and it'll adapt to whatever you're doing.
Yeah, it will, man.
Like, I mean, even in the worst circumstances, like people who drink every day, your body still adapts. Like, that's why you build that tolerance.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I wish I'd realized some of the things I realized like at 30 and 40 younger. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you better realize it at some point in life than never to realize it, though.
Yeah.
I just see a lot of people, like, you know, like, you're not getting no younger. So, like, as far as, like, longevity of life, like, they're only real, you know, I mean, your health is a huge part of everything. I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think people give it,
Well, you gotta take care of
I mean,
yourself.
people get out there and chase money and everything else, and it's like the number one thing like you can't get back is like health. You know what I mean? Like especially like once you lose it. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think about it. Like I said, my brother's not a whole lot older than me, and knowing he's had a heart attack, like, just crazy. Like,
Shit, your brother's.
no, like, he's had a lot worse than a heart attack. Yeah, but I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, had he had like got out a couple years ago and stuck with lifting like he was doing in the beginning, like,
He'd have been in a much better spot.
yeah, I mean, and then like minus some cigarettes, like, I mean, he'd have just been in a way better spot. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I got to check up on him. Yeah, I don't know, got to see where he's at exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's gotta be difficult to keep up on somebody. Who,
But dude,
like,
especially like you would think like, oh, he's blind. Where's he gonna end up? Like, like we're
he gets around.
like, he's like if call me from Detroit. Like, what's up, dude? I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing in Detroit, dude? Like, how did you get there? Like, oh, I met this nice young lady at rehab. I'm like, oh, okay, great, that's great. So you moved in with some girlfriend, like, yeah, like, just
in
crazy.
Detroit?
Yeah,
Is that where he's at
yeah,
now?
No, not now. He's in rehab right now.
Okay,
but,
I was about to say, man, he
like,
gets to Detroit.
yeah, no, this did happen though. Like a few years ago, he called me from Detroit where he'd like met some girl at rehab and then like moved back home with her, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why did you think it was a good idea to go to 8 Mile and move? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I mean?
Did he get
like,
robbed while he was down there?
No, like surprisingly not. Like,
I guess they just don't mess with the blind people down
I don't know,
there.
man. Like he's yeah. I mean, he's somewhat street savvy. He's not like he's so. I mean, I ain't gonna say
I
smart.
mean, but for not being able to see,
yeah, I mean,
like,
as street savvy as you can be, but
yeah.
yeah, no, not that I know of. I'm sure somebody might have got over on him, but not that I know of. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
not that he was like,
he
oh,
wasn't
this
like mugged
happened.
or nothing like that. Yeah, like, but yeah, it's funny. Like, I was like trying to check on him when he was in prison, and I was like, well, is he? I called to check on him. Finally got a CO on the phone after like a week calling, and I'm like, well, is he doing? I was like, how's he getting around? And he's like, he's getting around fine. And he's like, I see him holding some guy's shoulder on the way to the chow hall every day into the weight room. I'm like, okay, like, I guess, like, whatever, dude. Like, so like, yeah, he had like some guy who I guess helped him around some or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like that. Yeah, like, I don't know. Well, he had broke his leg at our house, like right where I tried to help him, like when he. Right
Oh yeah,
before
that was when he was like.
Like I got him out on an
his head
OR bond.
down.
Like, yeah, I ended up getting him out on an OR bond, and he ended up like having a seizure at the house within like he was there 2 days, and I'm like, dude, you can't do nothing. If you do something, I'm kicking you out. And like, literally, like the second day I left to help some dude do some landscaping, and like your mom's texting me like he's twitching, he's gonna have a fucking seizure. You gotta get back home. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, he broke his ankle. It was a mess, man. Like, mess. Like, I don't even know. Like, yeah, we'll have to do like I'll have to do like a crazy story with my brother one day on here.
Yeah.
Like, we this is like 2012 or 2010. We had like he stayed with me for a little bit in this apartment I had in South London, and like we ended up getting in an argument over something, and like finally, like, I mean, it's a pretty good argument, and like we ended up talking shit like, I'll whoop your ass, blah blah blah. Well, finally, like, we ended up telling his buddy to drive us all out, like, down the road from my house, out on this country road, so we could fight. So his buddy drives us out there, like, and pulls off, this little pull off, and like I let him like grab my shoulder. I'm like, you ready? And like we end up tussling for a minute, and like I ended up tossing him on the ground twice, and then like yeah, like, and then we had to ride back home together. Like, like he is just crazy, man. Like,
Trying to like have conversation after.
yeah,
a
like
fight.
we're rolling around like on the ground, like
Yeah.
we're next to a road. It was just stupid, man, stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely had some crazy, stupid experiences with my brother. That's for sure.
Got like, hey, pull off down here. I'm gonna fight him real quick.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's
we gotta
exactly-
drive him home. Actually.
Like, yeah, they had to drive us back home. I think he might have even stayed with me that night after all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stayed. He's like, I mean, he didn't have nowhere else to really go, but yeah, like, oh man, but yeah, it sucks. I mean, it sucks he's still out there like living the way he was living, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of them choices. But yeah, hopefully he finds his way one day. That's why, like, that's one thing I tell people, like, man, sometimes you just gotta, I don't know.
Well, and it's like at any point in your life you can try to make it better.
Well,
It's not, you know what I mean? Like it's best to do it earlier, but at the
it's
same
not that
time,
yeah, it's not that like I mean I wish we could be cool, but I just know like where he's at in life. Like there's
well,
really
he'd
no
have to like
yeah,
he'd
there's
have to
no
make such a
like I'll
huge
check up
drastic
on him,
change
you
and
know, and I'll
like
but like more than phone, like there's just not much sense in having that relationship more than phone. Like, and
yeah,
it's not that it's you know it's not I love him. It's just I know what he's doing, you know.
yeah,
But child, his daughter's doing good and his son's doing good, so that's cool. Yeah, but definitely seen some interesting things from my brother. That's for sure.
yeah.
But yeah, when we were kids, him and his buddy were picking on me one time. So like I don't know, I was like I couldn't have been like it's right before kindergarten, so probably like 5, something like that. And like they were messing with me, beating me up the night before, and like I told them like I was gonna piss on them, right? And they were like, I guess they thought I was joking. Well, like we had shared a room back then, so like I woke up and him and his buddy's in bed, like laying there. Well, I jump up and I climb up in the windowsill. And start
Pissing on
start
them.
peeing on. I mean, I'm going back and forth on them, dude. Like, make sure you know. And they finally wake up, like, they're like, "What is that?" And then they look up, and I'm like, little me's up there peeing on them. Like, that's what they got for picking on me, though. Dude. Like, they were like 5 years old or beating up on me. So like, what else can you do? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd have been funny.
yeah, yeah. That was a good one. That was definitely it. I always have to remind him of that every once in a while. Like, remember when I peed on you and your buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, family's the funny thing because everyone has a different family. Some families are super like, normal, like by the book, stereotypical,
Yeah.
and then other families are
Or
just like
definitely not.
out in left field.
Yeah, I hear you there. That's like
Yeah.
one time I went to see my brother and he had like, I guess he was trying to like, he had just trimmed his goatee and stuff. Well, he asked his daughter to hit his eyebrows, right? Well, I guess he didn't realize he took the guard off. So he took the guard off and she hits one eyebrow. Well, it's gone, right? So she's like, "Oh man," like and then there's like, so she has to tell him because he didn't realize like he didn't whack his eyebrow off. So then he has to whack the other eyebrow off. So then he's walking around like
No eyebrows.
like powder for no eyebrows.
Draw them on with Sharpie.
That's why I told him I'm like, you might as well just draw them on, dude. Like, but yeah, he had to go around for a week with no eyebrows because the beard trimmer got him. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, man. I'll tell you what. When it comes to like my part of the family, there's definitely been some crazy shit that's happened around here.
Yeah.
This used to be a pool room. There was a pool table in here.
Yeah.
And like right where the carpet is where the pool table was, and people would get stupid down here.
Yeah.
Like apparently before I was born, there's knife fights, like stupid shit.
Yeah, there's probably quite a bit of parties down here over the years.
People swinging machetes at each other just because when people get drunk, when you get a big group of people get drunk, people start acting stupid, fighting.
Yeah.
Alcohol was probably the cause of like 60 or 70% of the crazy shit that's happened.
Yeah.
Probably more.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's been crazy. Sucks the pool table's down now. If we had more room.
Well, I just don't even know where we'd put it. It'd have to go on the other side, or
we just ain't got the space right now.
like if there was like another room upstairs that I could fit all my stuff in,
then you'd be.
Then the pool table could be down here, and
yeah, I hear you.
Like I thought about taking the sunroom, but that's just like
we gotta figure out the electric on this place bad, dude.
Yeah, because you touch the wrong spot on the breaker box and you die. I mean, of course, you have to touch around the side. You got to be feeling around, but
still, you don't.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be.
Hey, that's what old housing does.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to.
I'm sure everyone's got someone in their family owns a really old house that's like.
Yeah, well.
Where the breakers blow and you got to go reset them. Most newer houses you don't deal with too much like breakers tripping or anything like that. And when you do, it's real simple. You go, they got the little, they got the metal guard on the thing to keep you from touching wires. So it's like just flip.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
that's
usually
the way,
upstairs.
Yeah, that's the way it should be set up. But like, I don't know, it's just crazy.
Like, for the
Yeah.
power box being down here is like, I think it's a little
I
weird.
mean, it
'Cause
makes
usually
sense
they keep it up in the
if there's a basement,
upstairs.
I mean, in older houses, they're normally in the basement.
Yeah, for older houses, it makes more
Yeah.
sense. But it's just
Yeah.
most of the ones I've seen were on like ground floor.
Yeah. But it'd be nice if it was on
Yeah.
ground floor here, especially.
Yeah.
Like, I know when a breaker switch, I'm like, damn it.
Oh, I gotta go downstairs and
Yeah.
flip this shit.
Go down there, make sure not to touch the wrong spot. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want-
I'm gonna get electrocuted.
yeah. Like, is today the day? I hope not. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah.
Yeah, you go down to trip the breaker and then all the lights flicker. You're getting electrocuted.
I know. Like, uh-oh.
Somebody got hurt down there.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy about electricity is it forces you to contract your muscles. So, like, if you grab onto something that's electrocuting you, you actually grab on tighter.
Yeah.
And people can't pry you off unless they got, like, gloves on or anything because they're going to get electrocuted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, when I was in trade school, they said just pick up a broom and hit them. Like, or like use your rubber part of your foot, like your boot, just kick them right off of the thing.
Yeah, I had an uncle who actually died from like a factory that he worked at. Like, he had a machine locked out and tagged out, and they, like, a supervisor came through, like, why is this machine down? Like, and basically unlocked it and untagged it, and while he was working on it, and yeah, man, it fried him pretty much from, like, the inside out, from what I remember. But, like, it was bad, man. Yeah. Like,
oh yeah, electrical
electricity
injury is
easy.
no joke because when you get electrocuted everywhere. Your
yeah.
eyes are hurting after you get electrocuted, you know, like you're hurting in spots you just didn't think you could hurt in.
It's like people who survive getting struck by lightning. It's like, how did you do that?
Well, what's crazy is when you get struck by lightning once, you're actually more likely to get struck by lightning again than your average person.
Really?
Because there was a guy who got struck by lightning like 8 times in his life.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a while.
There might have been more, but he holds like the record for it. Could you imagine getting struck by lightning that many times and surviving that?
I would not be out in a fucking rainstorm. I would not, dude. Like, if it started raining, I'd be like, I'm going inside. I got to get my rubber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like,
I'm sorry, guys. I got to go home.
In a bunch of tires or something.
Yeah.
You know,
like I'm sorry, guys. I got to go home.
Tell me when the clouds go away.
This shit ain't working.
Yeah, it ain't worth all that, man. Like,
but I wonder if you're just like, well, I guess if I get struck by lightning, I get struck by lightning.
yeah.
You know what I mean? After you get struck so many times.
I guess after so many, you just don't care. I don't know.
Like I feel the nerve damage alone that would happen to you would be horrible.
Dude.
Not feeling your fingertips and shit like that.
Yeah, you definitely feel like, I don't know, you'd wonder what's up.
Fun fact about nerves is like the tallest humans, people who are like 7'5" and up, or like 7'4", they get problems where they can't feel their fingertips or like the tips of their toes because the human nervous system's only meant to stretch so far.
Yeah.
And so they get a lot of issues with that type of thing.
That's, I mean, I don't know.
Like the human nervous system's only meant to support a certain height. So like when you get up into the upper ranges of like 7'5", 7'4", 7'5", all the way up,
your nervous system don't work correctly.
like it's just not long enough. It's like yeah, you can still do just fine, but you're not gonna feel as much in like your fingertips or like it's hard for me to explain. I don't deal with it.
I get what you're
like,
saying.
I learned that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I mean, it makes sense because like the way.
And a lot of taller basketball players die younger.
The way, I
Because
mean,
their hearts have to work a lot more to pump that much blood.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought about that. But yeah, like the way your thoughts go through your, up your spinal cord, like everything goes from your brain.
Yeah,
like
the signals.
Your fingertips send, the message.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so, is that why? Like, is it because they're so tall? Like, I mean, that's kind of. I get what you're saying, though. It's just, I never heard that, though.
Well, apparently there's, like, an actual genetic limit. Like, because there's been some super freaky tall people before. I think the tallest in history was like 8 foot something.
Really?
And that's crazy. Imagine being 8 feet tall.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
You're double a 4 foot tall person.
That's wild.
You'd be like crawling into houses.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to like bear crawl into a house.
Yeah, that's. I don't know, man.
Imagine doing some Muay Thai and you're like 8 feet tall.
Well, that's like that.
You wouldn't
one
be able to do
Chinese-
anything to him. He could hit you across the entire room.
They've had a few giant. There was this giant Chinese or Korean guy that was.
Yeah,
like,
he had the world record, I think.
He was
Let
like
me look up
he
who's
was a
the tallest
UFC
person.
fighter or something, but he was like a big giant dude, and like I mean, yeah. I think Bob Sapp fought him actually, and beat him up,
Yeah.
but which that guy's another monster, dude. Like I mean.
Okay, so the tallest person as of right now in the world is a Sultan Kozan, a Turkish farmer, and he's 8 feet tall. 8.2 feet. Yeah, he's 8 foot 2 inches.
That's wild. 8 feet.
And then the
that's
tallest person
tall.
who ever existed was 8'11".
That's like ducking, and dude just slam dunk, like walk up.
The tallest dude who ever lived was born in 1918. It was Robert Pershing Wadlow, and he was 8 feet 11, 439 pounds.
Damn.
Imagine getting kicked by a dude that tall, man. He could kick you from across the room.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I mean, the best way to get away from him would be to go into like a cramped space.
Yeah.
Get him fucking
Yeah.
stuck.
Something, man. Like that's crazy. It's crazy, yeah. Like because we don't even like when you see somebody that tall in real life, like it's hard. Like your brain, like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I've seen a couple
takes your brain
7
a
foot
minute
tall
to
people, and
realize,
it's
like-
it's weird, like that
yeah,
they're so
like,
much
it takes you
taller.
a minute, like your brain, like it's like an optical illusion or something. Like it
Yeah.
messes with you. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't know.
I wonder what being 8'11" would help you with in jiu-jitsu. I feel like it'd be hard for people to get submissions on you. You'd just be so
I mean,
big.
he's so long. It'd be
Yeah.
hard. I mean, it's
Like they'd have
definitely-
to be up on you, but I feel like they could tangle you up too.
I forget who the guy was who beat he got Brock Lesnar in some type of ankle lock, and Lesnar was literally hammer fisting his head.
Yeah.
And like I don't know how the dude got him in the ankle lock he did, but it was like Lesnar was standing. You know what I mean? But he got him in some type of leg lock and tapped him, dude, and like literally I mean, it looked like the fight was over like in another 10 seconds for him.
Let me see if I can find that out.
See if you could find who tapped him. But yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy because Brock Lesnar is just dude, he's a monster, dude. But,
Was it the UFC?
Yeah, I think it was UFC.
Okay. Let's see if we can find out.
Might have been his debut. I'm not sure if it was his debut fight or what, but yeah, like he was hammer fisting dude, and yeah, dude was able to still muster up.
I wonder if he broke anything. I'm trying to find an actual article.
He might have. I don't know what he did to his ankle, but dude, he got him. I mean, like I said, it was amazing to see like Lesnar go from hammer fisting to like tapping out like that. You just because like you literally were waiting for him to stop the fight.
Yeah,
that's how bad he was beating dude's head on the ground. Like, and,
okay, it was Frank Mir.
Yeah.
Who did
Shout
that?
out Frank Mir.
Yep, he's the one who heel hooked him.
But and that dude,
well, it looks like he's got him in a knee bar.
Maybe it was a knee bar, but I mean, you see how he's.
Here, I'll show you guys up there. See, it looks kind of like a knee bar type deal. I mean, I don't see much twist in the heel hook, but
that must have been right after.
I don't know. It might be like a weird heel hook I just don't know about yet, but
yeah, somehow he had locked it and tripped. Like he locked it while dude was standing over beating his head in, and I think he tripped him eventually, or he fell one. But yeah, it was crazy because it was a fast fight, man. Like you literally thought it was over for Mir, and then all of a sudden you see Lesnar tapping out, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, but that's the way fights go though. Like you can completely have the upper hand, and like.
Yeah.
I mean, because like as far as Mir versus, Lesnar definitely had the upper hand as far as strength and a lot.
Oh yeah.
He's just a massive dude.
Well, yeah, Brock. I remember Joe Rogan talking about like when the weigh-ins happened, and he was like, "That was back when they did a smell test to check you for steroids." And it showed Lesnar just like took his shirt off and he's like popping his pecs and shit like that.
Yeah, he was a beast, man. He still is.
Yeah.
Really, but.
Well, it looks like we're at the 40-minute mark. We did a full 10 extra than what we were gonna do.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah, well, we were flowing pretty good for the last 10 minutes, so I was like, we'll just keep going.
We only got 2 more, y'all. Or
Yep.
3 more, and we'll
Three
be in
more,
the top 1%.
and we'll be in the top 1% of podcasts.
Hit that like. Appreciate everybody who dropped in the chat.
Yep. Well, I think we're going to call it here. You guys have a